Hey everybody, welcome back to Darvanalee Designs Studio. For those that don't know, my name's Nicole Reed and today we are here for a stitch with me. Snow Village is back, yay! We're going to get some more stitches into Snow Village. We are up to Snow Boutique, so let's get started. Good morning or good evening everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for taking some time out of your day and spending it with me while I do a little bit of stitching. Alright, we are up to the Snow Boutique. As you can see, we've done a lot of stitching. We still have one row to go. We've been doing a little bit of Halloween stitching for DD Spooktober, so this didn't get any love last month or the month before for that matter. Excuse me. You'll have to excuse my voice. I'm just getting over COVID. I went to a lovely stitching retreat and ended up bringing home the lurgy. I've isolated from my family and thankfully no one else has caught it. So I have been, you know, I can think of worse places to get banished to, the craft room and my bedroom. Like, it was a hardship, I'm telling you. And a friend of mine that came with me also ended up with the lurgy as well. So we spent some time on Zoom together because she got sent home from work. So we were not aware that we had COVID until we tested. So yeah. But yeah, anyway, my voice is a little bit better. I was hoping to have a couple of stitch with me's up in the last couple of weeks, but with retreat and all that sort of stuff, it just didn't happen for me. So and then yeah, of course the dreaded lurgy, and but I am on the mend and I'm just taking it nice and easy. Yesterday was probably my first full day back at work. I got the magazine out, so that is now available over on our Patreon platform. For those that are wondering what it is, it's Down the Rabbit Hole magazine. It's a cross stitch and needlework magazine that I put out 8 times a year, and yeah, of course the Christmas one just went out, so yeah, you'll have to go and check that out. All the links are up down below. You can see that there. Now it is $5 US a month for the magazine tier, and you get 8 magazines each year, which is, I was going to say month, and that'd be a nice little feat, wouldn't it, if I could do that? Geez, that's a lot of work right there. But anyway, it is 8 a year, and I am sure that you will love seeing some of the designs in there. We have international designers as well as a few Australian designers as well pop in from time to time, and yeah, we have a lot of fun doing it and coming up with different things. And the Christmas issue has 6 charts in it, so ranging from pillows to signs to cute little designs, and that can be done in a weekend, and ornaments and stuff like that. So you'll have to go and check that out. Now let me just think, what has been happening since my last stitch with me? It has been a hot minute. Well, I went to a retreat, and as you heard, I picked up COVID. It's not something that I wanted to purchase while I was there, but anyway, we've made the purchase. We've got through it. We're on the other side of it now. As I said, I am just taking it slow. Yesterday was the first full day back at work. I have done sprints over on excuse me, over on a booktube and whatnot, but that's pretty much all I've done, which is a lot of sitting around doing a whole lot of nothing and talking about books, and you know, and then going quiet. Now, if you've been around for a while, you've probably seen them a couple of times over here on the craft channel as well, because we do them Mondays and Fridays generally. Just taking a break for November because I'm part of a readathon, and there hasn't been a whole lot of craft talk or anything like that. Sorry, I do have to keep drinking water, so you are going to hear me doing that quite a bit. I do apologize, otherwise there'll be no talking at all. So yeah, so for November I haven't been doing it, and I'm not 100% sure what's happening in December at this point, simply because there's lots of stuff happening with the channels, such as Advent and all that sort of stuff, Christmas stitching and you know the drill. Every Christmas we've got lots of stuff happening and whatnot. Exciting news, Mia is coming up to stay for a couple of weeks. Her mum has to go away for work, and her mum has asked us to come, and the first part of it is that she has a lot of functions and over like late nights and stuff like that, and rather have her stay at someone else's place. Her mum has just said, look, can you come and get her? And it was for 5 days, because she had one on a Thursday night, I believe, and then one on a Saturday night, and then I was going to pick her up on the Wednesday, take her back on the Sunday, and then an opportunity for her to go and do some extra work to get some extra money before Christmas presented itself, and that is 2 weeks away. So recently she just done a week away up north. She works for now, don't quote me on this, but I believe that she either works for Lifeline or Red Cross. I think it's Red Cross. So, and they do door knock appeals and stuff like that. So, yeah. But don't quote me on that, because I could be completely wrong. You know how my mind is. It thinks one thing, but it's actually another. It's either Lifeline or, it's either Lifeline or Red Cross that she works for. I'm not 100% sure. She has told me, but it was ages and ages ago. And it's not something that I think of, because it's not something that I get asked very often. So, yeah, so she has the opportunity to go away and a little bit of extra cash before Christmas. And with it being 6 weeks school holidays, it sort of makes sense. So, Mia is missing the last week and a half of school. And, you know, at this time of the year, they don't really do that much at school. So it's a lot of packing up and bringing stuff home and all that sort of stuff. So she is going to be finishing up for the year next Tuesday. I'm going to be picking her up on Wednesday. And then she'll be here until the 16th or 17th of December. She'll go home, spend Christmas with her mum. And then she might come back for a week or two in January. It will just depend what her mum is doing, because last time she went away, she ended up getting a couple of weeks off with pay to just recuperate and all that sort of stuff, because apparently it was quite hectic and whatnot. So the people that she works for are pretty understanding that she's got a child and she needs to take time off and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, which I think is absolutely fabulous that she's coming to stay. It's a bit of a bummer she's not going to be here for Christmas, but the older kids now, we don't really start Christmas until they all stagger out of bed. And yeah, actually last year it was quite funny, because we didn't have Mia here either, and because she came before and then came after, because vacation care, her mum had only just started work and didn't have much in the way of sick leave if Mia got sick or anything like that, and hadn't really earned any money for vacation care and stuff like that. And yeah, so we had her for most of the holidays last year just to help out, so she could still work and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, so last year she went back, I think she went back on the, I want to say the 19th. It was a few days before Christmas. So we had, we didn't do Christmas before Christmas because we didn't want to spoil it for her mum or anything like that. So we just had a couple of presents here for her for after Christmas. And I mean, let's face it, Mia gets spoiled before she comes, when she's here anyway. So, but anyway, we didn't want to spoil the whole surprise of Christmas and the anticipation and all that for her mum. And so yeah, so anyway, she went back and then we had our Christmas here. And I swear to you, for the last 5 years, on a weekend or a public holiday, I've not seen my daughters before midday. I don't harass them or anything like that. I just get up and go about my day and all that sort of stuff. Mainly because I used to hate it. My mum used to wake me up on weekends. Like every day of the week, you're getting up at 6 o'clock or 5:30 or whatever to get ready to school, depending where I lived and what, if I had to catch a bus or walk to school. And my mum would wake me up all the time, and I was very much a night owl, and it used to drive me crazy because on Saturday mornings was our cleaning morning, and we used to have the same thing here. But when the kids were little, they used to wake up at like a fairly early hour on their own. They didn't need me to wake them up, and so they would help. But my mum used to like doing the housework like first at dawn's crack, as my husband says. And anyway, she used to come in and wake me up on a Saturday morning after I'd been up most of the night at 7 o'clock to clean the house. And it's just like, oh, I couldn't do that. Anyway, I've never done that to my kids. So they basically, always before noon, I'd be like hard pressed to see them. And sometimes Savannah, I wouldn't see until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, obviously I'd be going about my day and whatnot, and she'd get up and go to the toilet and get breakfast and all that sort of stuff. But they'd pretty much just hibernate in their room. So that's fine. No. Last Christmas, Brendan and I had a late night. We were sitting up watching TV and all that sort of stuff and just chilling and thinking we're going to get to sleep in. No. They get up at 6:30 and wake us up to open up their presents. I'm like, I went out and Brendan walked in and he's going, what's going on? I'm like, I know, right? We never see them. He goes, oh, it's good to see that they still have the little girl inside them. I'm like, yeah, but they could have picked a decent hour to show us that. I mean, even 9 o'clock would have been okay, because that was different to their normal habits and whatnot. But yeah, so yeah, I'm going to prepare myself this time and make sure that I get a decent amount of sleep. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they get up. I think maybe because Brennan has a friend coming up for Christmas this year, and they're going to be working on their cars and whatnot. So I'm going to talk to Brennan and see if we can't do Christmas unwrapping on Christmas Eve and do all that, and then just have a chillax day, because we don't do family big functions or anything like that. And while you might think that is sad, that is how we chose to do it, because we didn't want our kids having to get up and go somewhere. I expect that will change as the girls get older and all that sort of stuff. Brendan doesn't really have family. I don't really have, like, I have family, but I don't have anything to do with them. It's a non-contact situation there. And so we've always just, chilled ourselves and all that sort of stuff. We've had invited friends over and stuff, and this year a friend of Brennan's is coming up to help him with some stuff that I can't help him with the cars and stuff like that. It's just, and to be honest, I don't really want to. I'm all card out, really. I just don't really want to. I really hate stitching with white. It never looks nice. It's just not pretty. It's just not. Excuse me. So yeah, I suppose I should tell you I'm stitching on 16 count. This colorway is called Lagoon, and it, I did say it was 16 count. It is hand dyed by me. We are just about to put up a massive amount of fabric over in our Facebook group. That'll be happening over the next couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. That link is down below. It's called DD's Handmade Bags and More, because we do project bags and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, you'll have to go and check that out. Let me just see this hot mess that I've got here now. We are going to be changing some colour, put some colour in here. I'm thankfully done with the white. Whew, that was tough. Oh, poor me, right? Ham and a stitch. All right, I need Christmas red, which is 304, and Holly Jolly. All right, now I'm pretty sure Holly Jolly is the green that I have here. All right, let me look. I haven't been in here for a while, and 304, so we need that colour. Excuse me. I do apologise. As I said, the voice is a bit crackly. So yeah, so lots of things are getting added up onto that group. Let me just get this off. We also have some little floss drops and everything that are getting added on as well, so you can go and check that out. They have bigger rings than this one. I wasn't real happy with this small ring, so the ones that I have made have larger rings, so you could go and check them out. And there's a ton of needle minders going up. This is not one of my needle minders that you can see here. This is one that I got from the lovely Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts last year, which has been hanging out with the Snow Village for quite some time now. You know, it's quite funny. My nose has not been running for the last couple of days, and I thought it'd be good to get on to the old YouTubes, but apparently not. It's decided that it's going to present itself as a runny nose today. So I am going to just blow my nose so I don't sound so terrible, and then we'll be back. All right, I've sorted that out. Let me get rid of that. And I'm going to blow my nose. All right, I can talk a little bit better now. So as I was saying, this was a gift from the lovely gal last year for Christmas, and it's been hanging out on my little snow village for all that time. So for those that are wondering what I'm doing, I am actually doing a waist knot method. We're working with 304, and we're going to be going around this window now. Because this is not a fancy floss, I will just basically do half the leg, go around, come back and do the rest of the leg. So yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, Christmas is rolling around. We've got lots of Christmas stitching, and we've got you know, Advent happening. We're going to be doing the movie Advent again, which will be good. We're going to, and I've got a post at the moment in the Facebook group where you can put down your excuse me, put down your favorite movie. If your favorite movie is already listed, just heart that movie so we know how many people like that movie. Makes it my job a little bit easier when we're tallying it up and all that sort of stuff. There is also another post to let us know what streaming service you have. I know it's a little bit, and that was more geared towards the Aussie members of the group, because last year a few Aussie members didn't have the streaming service that the movies were on. So I'm going to try and make it a little bit easier in that aspect. At the moment, Netflix is sitting at the top, so hopefully most of the movies will be on that. Short of that, I have noticed excuse me, I have noticed that there have been a lot of sales around at the moment for the streaming service, so it might be a good idea to maybe get Disney for a month or something if you want to participate. At least then we have the two, because they're the two main ones that people have right now. So yeah, there's that. So I'm leaving that up until next week, and then I will collate all the choices, and then from there we will start doing them from the first. So we'll have 24 shorts going up for that. I think it's going to be shorts. I think I'll just do shorts, and we'll go from there. So, and of course we've got our summer stitching that starts today, which is the 15th of November. I was going to say October, but we're not in October. That's wishful thinking, going back to the 15th of October, because that will give me so much more time. So yeah, that starts today, and that goes for the next few months. So that is summer stitching. So stitch on anything that is summer related, especially for those in the Northern Hemisphere that may be wanting to, dreaming of warmer places, because it's starting to get a bit chilly up there for you. People are starting to say they're getting snow and all that sort of stuff. So we are getting closer to that for you guys. But we are warming up down here. I'll be stitching on Pina Colada. So it may make an appearance every now and again. Again, I am going to use this stitch with me until it is done. But, you know, every now and again we want a break. So I might have a bit of a break between it. I took some time off from doing this one. Actually, I took a considerable amount of time off. Had I stayed on my current project, I would have probably got this finished. But yeah, I'm hoping that you know, I'll have it finished by next Christmas. I think it comes down to I've noticed a bit of a trend, like with my reading, I'll read a series and keep reading a series, but when I get close to the end, I'll just it's like I don't want it to finish. And I think I'm the same with my cross stitches as well. Like I enjoy stitching on them so much that I just don't want them to finish. And I know that that can be incredibly frustrating for people that are watching. But I think that that is my MO, that I just don't like finishing things. That's like a little bit of a weird thing, but you know, it's a thing. So let me know in the comments, is that a thing for you, where you enjoy stitching on something so much that you just don't want it to finish, so you procrastinate on finishing it and prolong the stitch by not finishing it. Excuse me. Very croaky voice still, and I'm doing the best that I can, so just do bear with me. There's just nothing I can do about it, unfortunately, except drink lots of water. And yeah, but I tell you, my nose has not run for the last 2 days, and that's why I thought I was okay to get on here. It was terrible a couple of days ago. Like, I couldn't talk without every couple of seconds like blowing my nose. I could sit there as long as I didn't talk, I was fine. So yeah, anyway, it is what it is, as they say. So what else have we got coming up? We just got a lot of stuff going to be happening. We're going to be finishing off, well, getting close to wrapping up. I think we might be at this stage maybe 1 or 2 weeks behind in the A to Z Quilt Block Challenge. I am in the process of finalizing those, so I'm hoping to get them up, and I've got, I think, 3 more to design and then film them, and then I think we're done on that. So I still have, so I think I've still got 5. So if I can get 1 done a week, and that's going to be a little bit tricky with me here, but I will endeavor to do that. I'm hoping, I'm just slowly working through everything at the moment. I am hoping that I can get everything designed and cut and whatnot by the end of the week, and then that way I can just pull one out, film it and edit it and get it up, and finish up by the end of the year, and then we'll be ready to start, I think, the 2nd week of January. I've got that slated down. I think we might do that again for the year, because a few people were really enjoying that, which is good. I enjoyed it too, because I had a lot of blocks that I hadn't tried before that I got to try this year, which is great. And next year I'm thinking so as I was saying, sorry, I just had to pause then because I started to sneeze. Next year I'm thinking that we might add a few different things in, so we might use a little bit of templates. We'll see how we go, see how the year pans out, because those ones I don't, like, I sort of plan out, but I don't cut all the fabric and all that sort of stuff. This year we didn't have a quilt in mind, but next year I'm thinking that a couple of the videos that I'll do throughout the year will be using the blocks that we've made and turning them into something else. I'm going to do those as early release videos for the Patreon. So if you're not a member of Patreon, head on over, and so that will be something that I'll do Patreon. I'll get it for, you know, however long before I release it to the channel, and so forth and so on. How it goes with that sort of stuff. I'm sure you've heard the spiel from other booktubers, not booktubers, other YouTubers before. Sorry, I was just thinking about what I've got to do on BookTube. You know, multitasking in the mind can sometimes mean the mouth starts multitasking and talking about different things and confusing everybody. So yeah, so there's that getting planned. And as I was saying, I'm going to do a little bit of stitching on Pina Colada for the summer stitching, which goes from the 15th of November to the 28th of February. And basically I will bring out Pina Colada, but during December I am going to be stitching on this, and you'll get some extra stitching videos, because we have the 12 days of Stitchmas, which is Holiday Quaker, so that will come back out again. Last year I didn't get much into it because I realized that I needed some floss. So I've got those floss since then. I'm pretty sure I've got them all now. And when I looked the other day, so I'm going to put some more stitches into that. We will have 12 days of Stitchmas for that. And of course we'll have the Advent opening, and that way you get to see what I got for Advent. Now this year I do have a Mo Sales one, which is thread stitching related, and I have a diamond painting one. That's all I got this year. I've got my book one, but that will be over on my BookTube channel. That'll be getting open up daily. So yeah, I've only got the 2, but I'm not sure whether Mo Sales one is going to make it in time for the 12 days of Stitchmas. So essentially we'll just have we'll start off with the diamond painting one that is already here and waiting patiently to be opened on a daily basis. So yeah, so there's that. So there's not much I can do about that. That will wholly and solely depend when it arrives. I believe that I've already paid the last installment, so I believe they should have been shipped out by now. So it'll just depend on the postage and when it gets to me. So yeah, but when it does come in, if it comes in during the 12 days of Stitchmas, obviously I'll open up the first few days and all that sort of stuff, and then that way you will be able to see what I got. If not, I will do it as I'll just do a single video with all the ones that I've missed, and then we'll just proceed from there, because I'm pretty sure it's a 24 one as well. So the plan is to do 12 days of Stitchmas, which is the 1st to the 12th, working on Holiday Quaker, see how much I can get done in that during that time. And those videos generally they're usually about a 30-minute video of stitching and a 5-minute Advent opening. So yeah, you'll have to tune in for that. I don't know whether I'll do a lot of times I did them as a live. I just undone my stitching. What happened then? Oh, let me just split my thread by the looks of it. I don't know what I've done there. I went through the white and it's gone a bit hinky. Let me just have a look. Oh, what's gone on there? To fix that a bit later, I think. Yeah, it's, oh, okay. That's a thread that's come through. Alright, I can see what's going on now. No, let me just get rid of that. Okay. It's just a thread that I've picked up. It must have been on the back. There must have been one that I didn't weave through properly, and it's just picked it up and brought it through to the front, so that's all good. Yeah, so I'm happy to pull that out again. That is a piece that I just work on at this for the 12 days of Stitchmas, and it'll take as long as it takes to get finished. I think this is the 3rd year for it, and I've got a fair bit done, so we do get a fair chunk of stuff done, but it's not one that I often work on during the year. This year I'm hoping to do a stitching in July Christmas sale. So that's something that this coming year that I've got on the table at the moment. Oh, I did it again. I come up through the wrong one. Come over here. There we go. That's it. Look at that. We got it that time. All right. that was a bit of a mission, wasn't it? So yeah, so I'm hoping to do a Christmas in July sale. So hopefully I'm actually contemplating pulling that out, or I may end up just doing some Santas, because I've got the designer my Fanny has a series of Santas, and I believe I have 10 of them. I believe there are some more now, so I have to go and check out their Etsy store, but they are absolutely adorable. So it'll either be a Holiday Quaker or it'll be the Santas that I pull out. And whatever other Christmas stitching I've got, and that will be something that an event that I'll do, and I'll do a lot of stitching videos during that month as well. So yeah, it's a bit of it's just that time of year where I'm doing a lot of planning and mapping out and all that sort of stuff, you know, and the plans are down on paper, but sometimes life changes, and I tend to get a little bit of seasonal blues. So I thought that if I have some events happening during that time, so Christmas in July, then I will be a little bit more inclined not to get so, because I just hate the cold and it just puts me in a funk. And yeah, so I figured if I have a few events and everything happening around that time, it might not put me into such a slump and whatnot for stitching and creating and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's sort of the plan at the present time. A couple of people have also asked me, am I going back to daily videos? I don't know whether, like, sometimes I have the time to do a daily video and sometimes I don't. I want to incorporate more of my diamond painting into my channel, because there was a lot of diamond painting back in the early days, and then I sort of didn't have the room once we done the benches and everything out here to have big pieces up, and now I've got room, so I sort of want to do a little bit more diamond painting, so that's an extra one. Slow Stitching Saturday is another one that will be coming back as well. So that'll be just anything where, you know, embroidery, sashiko, some different projects and all that sort of stuff. I've still got the wool felt pillow on the go. I haven't done anything on that for quite some time, so that will probably make an appearance as well. And you know, like, a lot of people seem to get a little bit frustrated with me because I don't finish stuff and all that sort of thing. But as I was saying before, it's because I don't like to finish things, because I'm just having so much fun doing it. And I know that's counterproductive in a way, because if I finish it, I can start something new, which I also like to do as well. But yeah, I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'm going to endeavour to get a few things finished next year. I've also gone through all of my whips, my cross stitch whips as well, and I have pulled out, I think I've got well, I only had 24. I think I now have 25, because there is a sale that is going to be starting in January, and it is that I'm doing with a group of people, and it is, I don't have all the details at the moment, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Once I have all the details nutted out and everything, I will let everybody know. We are doing up the event for it and whatnot this week. So once I have all the nitty-gritties, as they say, I will let everybody know and share that event with you that is starting. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Excuse me, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's absolutely stunning, the chart that we're going to be stitching, so I'm looking forward to that. All right, let me get some more floss here. So yeah, so there's just a lot of planning happening at the moment. There's a lot of stuff I can talk about, but there's a lot of stuff I can't give you details about, so I'm probably better off waiting until I have those details and all that sort of stuff. But what the details that I do have, what you can look forward to is the 12 days of Stitchmas. So get out your Christmas stuff. Gail is also doing, if anybody's looking for a new start or something like that, Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts is doing a nutcracker, which is by Shannon Christine. She announced that she will be doing a nutcracker every year, so 2023 is the first year that's starting, and it is already out. You can get that off her website, and I will leave that down below. I'm not affiliated with Shannon Christine at all. I just love her work, And I would like to do more of her work, but I haven't done a lot of it. I must admit, I haven't done a lot of her work, but I have looked at her work a lot. So basically, we are doing the Nutcracker. Well, I'm joining Gail. It's called the 2023 Nutcracker Sale, and basically every year I believe that Shannon Christine is bringing out a Nutcracker. So I can only assume that this is actually going to be a yearly thing. So if you want to do that and you need some stitching company, come along and join in the 12 days of Stitchmas, and you might be able to get those Nutcrackers done each year during that 12 days. Now, they're not overly big from what I've printed off the cover. It does, and I've looked at the chart. It's only 2 pages, so they're not overly big. And I believe that Gail is going to have hers as a stand-up, so she's going to make them like a stuffed Nutcracker. I don't know what I'm going to do with mine. I'll probably just stitch mine and then think about it. I may even take it, may even do like a stand-up one as well. Now, I'm going to be doing mine on 32 count, I believe. And I'm going to be starting it on the 1st of December when Gail is starting hers. And then I'll be doing the Stitch With Me, the 12 days of Stitchmas, and then in the afternoons I'll be stitching on that. However, I won't be filming me stitching that. I may as the month progresses on, but I sort of want to come back to this and get this one stitched. A lot more done in this one. So yeah, I haven't been stitching on this at all outside of filming and whatnot. So yeah, I would like to get a few more in, but we'll see how we go. I'm working on another piece right now that really has captured my attention. I love it. I'm working with silks. I'm working with a new line of fabric that I've dyed, and it's just, I'm just enjoying it. Until last night when I realized that I'd made a whopping mistake and had to frog out 120 stitches, but I have frogged them out. I didn't go to bed until I frogged them out last night. So I'm going to attempt to, after I do some filming today, attempt to get those 120 stitches in and back where I was, so I can continue on with my, I'm using it for the daily 30 group. Yes, I'm back in the challenge groups. Now I can feel a knot in here, but I cannot, did I get it out? No, I did not. Why? There we go. Yeah, so I've started doing the challenge groups again, which are spurring me on to get stitching done. So I'm in 2 groups right now that I'm participating in. I'm back in the daily 30, and I am also in a group, a Harry Potter group, and I'm in Ravenclaw. Is that right? Yeah, Ravenclaw. So yeah, so I'm doing some stitching for that, and I've just been using the one piece so far, and thoroughly enjoying my time on that piece. It's set up in my bedroom, so at night when I go to bed, and I've been opting to listen to books because of the readathon. I have been listening to a book for an hour before I go to bed, and doing a bit of stitching instead of diamond painting. I have also been doing diamond painting in the evening as well. I haven't finished Seraphina with getting sick and coming up to retreat. I just ran out of time. I couldn't do, because I was preparing fabric and all that sort of stuff, and you know, packing up, making sure I had everything and all that sort of stuff, and I just did not have time. I think I've got 2 or 3 sections left. I think it's 3, and then she'll be done. So I haven't actually started my Christmas one yet, which I'm a bit disappointed because we're 2 weeks into November, and I should have had, you know, a fair chunk of that done by now. But that's okay, because it can go into December anyway. And I had my whip parade and my plans and all that sort of stuff for all the other ones that I've got. So we'll see how we go. whether I get them done by the end of December. It was just a tentative plan. It was just something to move ahead on. We have not found the drills for one of them, so that is going to get UFO'd. We cannot find them anywhere. Savannah had another look in her cupboard and just can't find them anywhere. So we're going to UFO that because we don't know where the drills are. We can't finish it, which is a shame because it was such a pretty one, and I'm a little bit disappointed in Savannah in just being so blasé with it, because I've noticed that there's been a few things that she's been very blasé with that I found, and I'm like, what are you doing? But yeah, anyway, we have a new segment that will be coming up in the Patreon too, for because Savannah's getting right into her crafting to break up her uni days and stuff like that, and she's been crocheting and making she made her first garment actually the other day for the little girl that she lives with. Made her a little cardie and whatnot. Like, you know what, when Mia started calling her Nana, she nailed her. Nailed it on the head. She is such a Nana, and it's so sweet because you know, she's enjoying herself, and she doesn't really follow a pattern either. She's able to look at something and then just be able to create it from that, which is absolutely amazing. I think she's channeling her grandmother and her great-grandmother, to be honest, because they were both very much crafty people as well. And of course then you've got my side of the family who was incredibly crafty as well. So yeah, she definitely got the crafty gene. So we all know what her place is going to end up looking like, right? But yeah, she's having a lot of fun. She made a bandana for herself that had little dragonflies in it. It's super cute. I don't know why I missed that stitch then. Just decided that we're not going to have that stitch there. Yeah, so it is super cute, the one that she's made, and she's going to make me one as well, which will be great because I'll be able to put my hair back and just not have it up in elastics all the time, because I have problems with the tightness because I've got so much hair. The tightness of headbands, they just slip off if they're fabric ones. So I'm hoping that having a tied one, because I've used tied ones in the past and they've sort of stayed, but I'm hoping that having one made with yarn, it's a little bit more grippy on my hair, and then that way I can have my hair back and not have to have it in a ponytail all the time, because I hate having it in a ponytail all the time. But it's the only way I can keep it off my face and stuff like that, because a lot of the time, you know, I'm looking down and at the cutting mat, or I'm looking down at stitching, and the hair just gets in the way. So but I don't want to cut my hair off. It's a conundrum, isn't it, really? Excuse me. So yeah, so I'm going to be I said to her, you know, take some progress pictures and stuff like that, because I know that a few of my Patreons are always interested to see what she's making and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to have a new segment called Savannah's Crafty Corner. Will she get on camera? No, probably not, but she will send photos and I'll be able to talk about what they are and all that sort of stuff, and you can see what she's up to as well behind the scenes. Because we often talk craft and do craft together and stuff like that. She'll come and visit, and she'll be sitting in the lounge room, and she'll be, you know, I'll be stitching away and she'll be crocheting away and or, you know, doing some. At the moment, crochet and painting is a big thing of hers. So yeah, and she's enjoying it. It's a relatively cheap craft for her to do, and you know, she's budgeting herself out. She goes to Spotlight when the sales are on. She's got a VIP card as well, so she can get discounts. And they just had a massive sale the other day that came in the mail, so I gave her my vouchers, and yeah, so off she toddled. She got herself some more yarn, and yeah, so she's doing, like, because she can also go to like op shops and find yarn as well, which I think she's been doing for like blankets and whatnot. But right now, for the family that she's living with, she's making them all blankets as a way of saying thank you and whatnot. So she made a blanket for the little girl, and she loves it. She carries it around with her everywhere. So she made her a little cardigan, just a little, like, it's sort of a kimono shape, really, a little cardigan. So she made that for her, and it's so adorable. And she's just got to send clearer pictures. She's just putting the buttons on it, and once she sends clearer pictures, Patreon members will be able to see that. And yeah, so she's getting right into it, and she's also doing a blanket for the little boy, though she said that she'll probably do him a toy as well instead of a piece of clothing, because he's more into toys than that. And she goes, oh, I don't know whether to make him. I said, make him a blanket anyway. I said, because it'll be something that'll be on his bed, and his mum will keep it for him, and all that sort of stuff. And as he gets older, he might use it and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so she's going to make him a little blanket. And for the parents, she's making, I believe she's making a star-shaped blanket for them. I'm not 100% sure. She was explaining it to me, but she never did show me the picture. So before she left, because she was only here for a couple of days, and then she had to go because she's got some babysitting jobs and whatnot. But she's finished uni for the year. She's done, she feels like she's done really well. She thoroughly enjoyed it. She enjoyed her placement. A lot of, she was saying to Brendan, because I was sick, she spent a lot of time with Brendan, excuse me, over at the workshop, so she didn't get sick. And she was saying to Brennan that a lot of the people that were in the course have dropped out because they've gone to placement and realised it wasn't for them, so they've dropped out, which is a shame. But she's, and we just said to her, you know, is it what you want to do? She goes, I really enjoyed it. She goes, I really want to do this, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, she's lucky enough to have heard her calling, and she's going with it. Neroli is doing really well. She's on her we're going into her third week of night shifts, so she has to do an 8-week rotation because she's become on fast track to become a manager. So when she turns 18, she'll be managing a stall in another town. So we've only got another 9 months before she leaves home. So we've been spending a bit of time together, you know, and whatnot. She hasn't been, like, I thought she would have, you know, once she got her license, absconded from the house a little bit more, so to speak. But her habits haven't changed. She goes to work, comes home, chills out, occasionally meets up with a friend. And yeah, so she's yeah, just chilling and whatnot. But yeah, she's fast tracking for that. So in the next 12 months, she'll be doing like opens and doing all the procedures for that. Right now, she's doing the 24-hour shifts, which are Friday and Saturday nights. She's not doing 24 hours, but there's a 24-hour day where they've got to cover. And basically, because it's not super busy, they have other tasks that they need to do, and so that is a lot of cleaning and maintenance and all of that sort of stuff that they've got to do when there's not any customers in the shop, because the drive-through is the only thing that is open. So they can do a deep clean every week. Like, they clean it every day, but they do a deep clean every Friday and Saturday. So they take the 2 days to really clean it over. And so when I say deep clean, that means that they're cleaning, like, everything has its procedures, its daily procedures, but then once a week they've got to do like grease traps, and all that sort of stuff, is my understanding. I probably got that completely wrong, but do you know what I mean? Like that, so they get in and they get above like the grills and all that sort of stuff, and up high places which they can't do when they've got a full team on the floor. So because they only have a skeleton staff at night. So she's learning all those procedures and everything that she's got to do. Because as a manager, she will have to be I mean, obviously they have more than one manager, but as a store manager, she'll have managers underneath her, is my understanding. And so she will have to know all the procedures to train them and make sure that everything is getting done. And all I can say is God help the people that are underneath her, because, whoa, she is boot camp central when it comes to cleaning. Possibly could be my fault. Maybe just a little bit. Because like yesterday, it was so funny. Like, Savannah, in comparison to Neroli, is a slop, but Savannah's not a dirty person, okay? Let me just elaborate there. Savannah is a crafter, okay? And I'm sure all the crafters here can, some of us are messy, some of us are organised, some of us have it somewhat together. Well, Savannah is on the messy side of life. So she likes to see her things. She likes to know her things are there. And she's not the most organized person in the universe, and all that sort of stuff drives Neroli and I to distraction. Now, I like to see my stuff, and I'm not always organized, and I do have a bit of a mess going on, but given that I craft every single day and do this, I still like to clean and organize my sewing room every week. So I'll put everything back in its home. I have somewhat organization happening during the week because I have to, because I do so many different crafts. Neroli, on the other hand, does not do craft, so she's a lot more organized. Now, her room does get messy when she's super busy, so like in the next 2 weeks her room will be neglected because she has 60 hours over in a week and a half or something. She's got a big, because they've lost a crew coach, a part-timer, and she's picking up the slack until they can find someone else to go part-time. And yeah, so anyway, she's standing here yesterday. She goes, I love Savannah. She goes, but I do not like it when she comes here to visit. And I'm like, why's that? She goes, she's such a pig. I'm like, and yesterday I spent the day, as hard as it was, I had to clean the house because I'd been down for a week, so I hadn't been tidying while Savannah was here, and she is piggish. So we had a ton of, like, I tried to do the dishes and I couldn't even stand up. So I just went, you know what, if they're not going to do them, I'm not going to stress myself about it. So anyway, and I was just eating, like I was just using the same bowl and cup anyway, so I was washing my stuff as I was going. But Neroli goes, I wasn't even here and there was a ton of dishes. She's like, what the heck? And I'm like, I know. I said, I'm sorry. The bin wasn't taken out and all this sort of stuff. And I ended up having to say, you know what, you need to take the bin out. It's hot weather. The bin has to go out. Like, you can't leave it. It has to go out at night, so it's a fresh bin during the day and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, can you just sort it out? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Nothing really got done. And then Neroli come home and I had cleaned up the house yesterday. So I did what I could with the magazine. And then it pretty much took me all day to clean up the lounge room and the kitchen, not because it was like it was, in my opinion, it was a pigsty, but not because of that reason. It was just that I couldn't move very fast, and every time, like, I'd start doing stuff and then I'd get short of breath and then I'd have to sit down. And I also took like hundreds of, well, it wasn't hundreds, but I took over 100 photos yesterday for the Facebook group, for fabric and all that sort of stuff. So I had to do that as well. So that took it out of me. That took 3 hours to do, a little over 3 hours. And then I had to edit those photos. So while I was editing, because I can do that on my phone, I sat down and did that. And then when I got tired of that, I'd get up for 5 minutes and do a little bit of cleaning. But it was so annoying because where she was sitting in the lounge room, I found like 4 water bottles under a cushion that were half drunk. Partially, like, one was partially drunk. There was like maybe 2 mouthfuls out of it. There was one that was half, there was 2 that was half, and then there was one that maybe had 2 mouthfuls in it. And they were just sitting under a cushion. I'm like, you couldn't take these to the kitchen. Anyway, I said to Neroli, I'm like, well, prepare yourself, sweetie. I said, because Mia's going to be here, and I believe Savannah's going to be here at the same time. She goes, oh God. She goes, I'm not even going to be here to help you, Mum, to keep the house in order. She goes, I now understand what you were saying as I was growing up. You know, you need to tidy as you go, otherwise it gets overwhelming. She goes, I'll do what I can that when I come home. She goes, but I'm going to be pretty tired because I've got a lot of long shifts and stuff like that. And I was like, it's fine. I said, you don't need to. I said, I am getting better every day, and that I should be able to keep on top of it. But I did say to her, I said, I'm not going to let Mia just relax that much that she's just going to throw stuff around. I'm going to be making her pack her stuff away, because last time she came here, it was ridiculous. Like, you couldn't even sit on the couch hardly without sitting on a toy and all that sort of stuff. But I just think she was excited that she was going to be here for 2 weeks, and she pulled out all the toys and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's time that Mia starts making her bed in the morning when she gets up and starts tidying up. She can help with the dishes at night and stuff like that. She can help with meal prep, and, you know, because that would have been the natural progression had she stayed here. You know, she would have started school, and she was already doing that anyway. Like, you know, I'd say to her, go and put all your toys away off your floor so Mima doesn't stand on them when she comes in, and she'd go in and she'd pack all her toys up. Sometimes I'd have to ask her a second or third time, but she's really easily manipulated. I know that's a terrible word, but manipulated with the TV. If I say to her, you go in and clean up your room and do it properly, you can have the TV remote for a couple of hours and I won't interfere with what you watch. Obviously we put parental controls on different channels and stuff like that, but yeah, and I may even be able to bribe her with my phone, because there's a game on my phone that she likes to play. So yeah, we'll see how we go. And of course there's going to be a lot of summertime activities. We're going to be hanging out at the pool, so I've got all of my charts out and ready to go for that. Hopefully I might be able to get a few finishes and stuff like that. And the good thing is that they've got little tables down there that you can sit at, I can be under a tree so I can get some fresh air and all that sort of stuff. So I've already spoken to Mia on the phone and said, when you come, you know, Mima has to work, because this was unexpected. I hadn't planned for it. I said, Mima has to work until, you know, like I'm going to get up earlier because she gets up earlier, and get my work done, and just try and get as much as I can get done in the mornings, and then I'll be able to go down to the pool with her and stuff like that. So that's all she wants to do, is go to the pool. That she's easily entertained, and we've got her bike, so I'll be able to take my stuff down, depending how hot it is, because we'll be leaving during the day. It might be a little bit too hot to walk down there, and I don't want it to get, you know, exhausted, and then having to walk home, because it doesn't stay open till late. So we'll be down there for, you know, 4 or 5 hours a day, and I think that is enough. You know, and on the days I don't have to do stuff, we can always go for a bike ride in the morning or something like that when it's a little bit cooler, because she does get up at the crack of dawn. Okay, I just felt that knot there. I got that out. Did I get it out? Yes, I did. Awesome. So yeah, so we're just going to be plodding along for the 2 weeks that she's here and getting stuff done. But as I said, she does know that I've got to come out here and work and do all the things that I need to do. So she's usually pretty good about that sort of stuff. Around morning tea time is when she starts to get a bit antsy. But as I said, I have spoken to her on the phone and told her that, you know, I have a lot of stuff to do. It's my busy time of year. And her mum even said the same thing. You just let Mima do her stuff, because if you let Mima do her stuff, then you get to do your stuff. So Dharma Jane said she has been reiterating that to her on a daily basis and stuff like that, because we've been in contact via Messenger and stuff, because I said, look, I really can't talk, because I'm just going to hack up a lung while I'm talking to you. That was last week. So yeah, so she's just been sending me texts and letting me know what's been going on and all that sort of stuff, which is great. Now, where am I going to? I think I might just Waste not. This one I think I'm going to have to weave, so I'm just going to cut that there and pop that there, and then I'll weave that through later, because there's not really much here to cover it up. So yeah. Alright, so that is my rambles for today. We've got lots of stuff coming up. Keep an eye out on the channel. I am feeling a lot better, so I'm hoping that I will... Standing up is the problem right now. So we'll have a few sit-down videos and all that sort of stuff. I also have my sashiko panel I found while I was diving through my whips, which I'm going to be finishing off as well. So I'll be doing a bit of slow stitching and get that up as well. I'm going to be doing some diamond painting, trying to get Serafina finished off. I'm going to be working on this in the afternoons, as well as for Stitch With Me. So this will be back next week for Stitch With Me. I also might be able to squeeze a couple extra ones in during November and maybe even December. We'll see how we go. Don't forget to keep an eye out in the Facebook group. If you're not part of that, head over there and become part of that Facebook group, which is my purchasing one, which is DD's Handbags and More. The crafting group is DD's Quilting, Crafting and Reading group. Basically, we have events happening over there. We have the January sale that is going to be sorted out in the next week. We've got the summer sale that is happening to the 28th. Of course, we do have our bingo coming back in January as well. So we've got lots and lots of stuff to keep you entertained and happy and progressing through all your whips and everything like that. But that is it from me today. I'd just like to say thank you for hanging out with me yet again. Don't forget, if you've made it this far, leave me a snowflake down below or a little snowman, so I know you've made it this far. While you're there, give me the thumbs up as well, and if you've yet to subscribe, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and then that way you won't miss out on any future posts. But that's it from me today, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.